In this video, I'm going to show you how to design this simple scope using Boolean workflow in Blender. Let's go. Let's model something cool with booleans. We're going to be using hard-ups and box cutter, possibly mesh machine, so it's going to be an add-on workflow. If you're new to Blender, especially hard surface, I would highly recommend you grab our free course, which will teach you all the basics of hard surface in Blender, UI, modeling, rendering, all that. And like I said, it's free. It's called Hard Surface Jumpstart in Blender, and the link is in the video description, so go ahead and grab it and enjoy. Now, if you do have add-ons, then we're going to have some fun modeling here. You can follow me along. So I'm going to create some chamfers here, and then what I want to do is I want to kind of slice this in here with an n-gon. So let's go to box cutter D and n-gon. Let's just slice it here, maybe like this. And I'm going to press E and cut it, and press X 3 times, and T. This is a insert boolean. That's pretty cool. So that will do, and we're gonna some bevel so we can actually see the edges here, and weighted normals. So Alt click on sharpen, and it's a good base. So now this one's a little bit long. I think I'm just gonna cut it a bit shorter, and then I'm gonna add a cylinder here in the front. 32, I think it's fine. Vertices, so move the front, make it smaller, and make it larger. Then add a bevel. And then we're gonna add a loop here in the middle, and we're going to make it larger, and then Q and Alt click on the macro and expand it. And then what we're gonna do is we're going to add some loops here from the top, and use a box cut to cut it like this from the side and mirror to the other side. Okay, so sharpen and weighted normals. Good. So that's that, and here in the front I'm gonna add another cylinder. So let's grab a cylinder and move it to the front, rotate it on X and scale it. And I'm thinking now, smaller or bigger, or maybe 2 of them. Oh, this could be cool. Hang on. So one here and a smaller one. I think it's gonna be kind of cool. There you go, and this one could be actually a little bit longer just for fun. Sharpen and sharpen, right? Cool, that's pretty interesting. Now here we could have some, mechanism or whatnot, maybe some kind of a groove along which this could slide. So that just adds some interest. Notice that I didn't add it in the middle, just offset it a little bit. We could also have some fun here and create some cuts within the cutter. So select the cutter, and then we can just add some cuts in the middle here, just for fun. And probably need to lower the bevel maybe. I think it's a little bit too high. So just make this bevel a little bit smaller. You want to have different sizes of bevels in your mesh. It's going to be much more interesting this way. Here in the bottom too, we could add some cut. So we could just grab that, and let me see. We could actually cut this here across, and then press T for solidification, and Bob Jean, cool, right? So that's front done, and of course here we need maybe some chamfer. Sharpen this, bevel this, there we go, and then here too some chamfer and bevel this, right? Now let's actually run the sharpen on it with shift, bam, and we're done. Okay, cool. Now here we could have some cuts on this one. So we could, for example, have a cut in here like that across the mesh. And hang on, because that's actually too long. Let me see. You know what? Change of plans. I'm gonna have a cut in here. Maybe something like this here. Let me see how this will look. Okay. And then I'm gonna have one more cut in here. Alright. Cool, let's mirror this. And then we're gonna have some dial here in the front, so another cylinder. RX90, actually RZ90, there we go. Make it smaller, and we're going to position it somewhere here, make it smaller. Yep, and bevel this, and of course we need some chamfer. We could actually, what we could do is run bevels on this just to make it, you know, a little bit more interesting. And weighted normals, and now let's think, maybe we would put it somewhere here, and I could add some cut here on this side. Maybe we could do something like this, and press X and slash it. This could be maybe interesting. And add two cuts in here. Like this, right? No, maybe they shouldn't probably go through, so we can add wedge cuts instead. So press W and what the hell? Hang on. Press W and hold Control. There we go. This is a little bit too shallow, so let's just move it in because the bevel is not catching. There you go. Let me see that. Something is not right in here. Let me see. Something is with the normals here. There we go. That's bevel issue. Okay, so bevel and press 1 to change the profile. There we go. And now we're peachy. And so we can repeat that in the bottom. So I have a scroll, Shift DZ. If you duplicate the cutter in edit mode, you don't have to Shift DZ. You don't have to recut it. Boom, there you go. Yeah, that was pretty cool. This one could have some kind of like a, you know, dent in the middle or something. Maybe something like this. And a bevel. There we go. Cool. So that's that. And we could have something in the bottom. So cube, let me just save it just in case this thing crushes. Run the power save. There we go. So move it down and Z, S, Y. Move it somewhere here. And you can see how quickly you can actually design something really simple. As long as you're following the, you know, design principles, you're fine. And we talk about it a little bit in the free course I mentioned before. Now we could make it narrower, or we could make it wider, or make it wider and actually cut it. So let's go to the bottom, and maybe you can slice it like this. So slice it like that, and then like this. Slice it, mirror it. That's actually quite interesting. So let's apply this, and then we're going to select these here, press L and delete it. Cool. And I'm not sure if I like it though. Let me see. I'm gonna select all these here. I'm gonna bevel them. Select the one in the bottom, and I'm gonna chamfer this. And I'm gonna bevel on this. There you go. Let me see. I'm gonna move it up a bit here. How we're looking? Oh, actually pretty cool. I'm not sure if it's going to match the angular nature of the scope, so what I might do is operations multiply here and actually introduce some bevels here to soften this up, you know, so kind of echo these curves on these sides. I think it's going to be a bit better, and then just mirror to the other side. I think it's going to be better now. Okay, cool, that's cool. I don't like this area here, so I might actually move it in or out. Let's see. Let me think. Maybe this will be good. I might already do this actually. Let me grab a cube again. I don't like it. So let me just make this longer. There we go. And I think I'm gonna cut it differently. So let's grab the cutter and cut it differently, maybe like this. See what we're gonna get. I think that's a little bit better. Can smooth these. There's double edge there, so clean it with machine tools. And there you go, I think that's better. And now we could create some cuts here too, so you know, some openings either here like this, or we could actually create a hollow sort of like an area here. So let's grab a square, cut, and just nuke this. It's gonna make it look a little bit lighter, and also I think I might extend it here, so SY, and you know, move it outside the area here like this. And maybe I can cut it here, so it's gonna correspond with this angle here. There we go, that's actually quite cool. This one could be a bit smaller, so I have a scroll, and grab this circle, and scale it a bit, Shift X, and I'm gonna just move it somewhere here. I think that's cool. And we could have another cut here. Actually, no, that doesn't look good. Cool. We have a wedge cut in here though. So Shift V and align to object. And control and sharpen and bevel. Alright, and then mirror. Have a look in there, that's much better. Cool, cool, cool. Awesome. Let's just... Here we need to change the way the cut runs. So let's go to local view and I'll show you how to fix this. Simply run a knife across this shape. Sort it. And there you go. Cool. So, you know, this would be a really simple kind of a scope here. We also need some ending here. So let's just inset it a bit, then extrude it, right? And we're going to slice it here like that. And cut the top here off like this. Hang on a second, it's a bevel issue. There we go. That looks pretty cool, and we can run the sharpen here. There we go. And Bob's your uncle. We could have also something on the top. Let me see. So let's run. I think the sharpen is to the. We overdone the auto smooth angle. Also here we need to fix the bevel. So press 1. There we go. This one we just will have to be bevel manually. So I have a scroll. Let me see that. Okay, let's apply this. So operations multiply, and we're gonna grab that and bevel this. There you go, sorted. So here in the back, what we're gonna do is we're going to control curve extract to separate it. Move this in here, and then select everything in Alt A, then F, then inset it, then Control I, delete faces, and then grab that. And we got some stuff here we need to fix, so press 3 to fix it, and then E and extrude it, right? And we got the scope here and the ending, so we can sharpen this, and we need to remove the bevel. You don't want to have bevels running on booleans. Select that, and you know, difference. And that's pretty cool. Maybe too deep, so have a scroll, and in fact we could shift it to solidify. This could be interesting. Fuck it, no, this is fine. So GY and move it in here, and I think it's gonna be fine. Okay, cool. So we got that, and what else we can do here? We could have some, you know, tiny screws in here, whatnot. We could do this with decals later, but this is fine. Some screws in here. We could have some, you know, some screws here, whatever. Some screws here. Just don't go all the way, yeah, just a little bit. And maybe, I think maybe that's enough. So you have to watch the entire design and how these elements are spread around, all the details, to make it look decent. We have a course on that called Shape Bootcamp, where we discuss, design. So you might want to have a look at that. So let me see this here. A chamfer. Yeah, that's better. Kind of, creates like a base for this scope. It's pretty cool. Here we could have some separation on the end. So just Control B that. Right, and then Q and Alt and macro. Right, so it's gonna create some kind of a separation in the end. Same here. It's gonna be kind of cool. So Control B, Alt and macro. Boom, right? There's a bevel here? Oh, there is. Okay, it's just small. There you go. That's that will do. And the rest, the rest can be done with decals, to be honest. We could have some, kind of a switch somewhere here, maybe somewhere here in this area on the top, or maybe here in the bottom. Don't want to make it too big. Oh, actually, even here could be some kind of a switch here. Maybe B, and come on, one more time. B, there you go, and then E to extrude it. E, and then E, and then press J to join, and then we can create some kind of like a button situation here. So, let's just apply this, insert it, right, and then insert it again, and extrude it, and you got some kind of like switch situation here. Can run some decals on it, whatnot. So that's pretty cool. Mirror to the other side. Same as this one. And with this one, we also need to move it a little bit further away. We could create another chamfer here, grab this, scale it, and extrude it. There you go. So now it's actually a proper, wheel, whatnot. This one you could do it manually, so you could go here to select, check or deselect, some kind of like a, area of whatnot. So Q and Alt and macro, right? And this will create a little bit of a boo-boo here. So what you could do is you could duplicate it. So Control curve extract, right? Did it work? Hang on. No, it didn't. One more time. There we go. And then we're going to do the same thing. So insert it twice, and then Q Alt and macro. And you're gonna have buttons on top here. So let me see that. Yeah, just lower the bevel. This bevel is the problem, right? And just shrink it in so it sinks into the to this wheel. And there you go. You got some kind of grips for fingers, whatnot, and I think that's pretty cool. So I'm not gonna be texturing this. You can watch my other videos for texturing. This is just a simple, quick block out with a bit of mid detail. Just a quick practice on shapes. But you can see it's really easy. Actually, you know what? I was thinking that this could be better if I actually cut it in. So Shift D, make it a bit larger, remove the bevel, and select this one, and then difference, right? Yeah, so I think it's gonna be a bit more interesting. Same here. So Shift D, scale it up a bit, remove bevel, Shift select this one, Q and difference, right? So now you got these openings here. Here we got some problem with bevel. We just have to move this vert a little bit to mitigate that, Bob's your uncle. And there you go. Here too, there's some beef, so just move this a little bit and you're fine. Cool, I think we're good. So here in the back, we could create another element. So Shift curve extract, GY, move it in here. And it could be a glass, so you could create it like a glass element here. Same here, what we could do is insert it, make it a bit more interesting, like this, right? Insert it and then extrude it, and then bevel it like this, right? So you're gonna have this kind of like a lens situation. This one could be different. This one could be really small, some kind of a laser, you know, device, whatnot, and it's just gonna make it look more interesting. And in the front, you know, we could have some kind of additional design here. Like for example, we could have wedge cuts here like this. Control click, boom, just to add more interest. And maybe, you know, some screws here on the top, tiny ones, and you're good to go, right? You don't want to overdo it. In fact, these, I would move them a bit to the, hang on, it's gonna make it smaller. Move them in here. Maybe that's gonna be better. And these are a bit too large, so I have a scroll. And just scale them a bit. Move them in here, and there you go, okay? Cool, so you know, when you look from all kinds of sides, it just looks interesting. And there you go. Just remove that, and here we could add some grooves or whatnot, so you know, you could kind of connect it to, you know, kind of clip it or whatnot to a rifle, right? Just create some illusion of, you know, it's all about illusion, guys, right? You know, 3D smoke and mirrors, right? Something like that, you know, that suggests that, you know, this can be connected to some kind of a rifle, whatever, right? And there you go. And I think we're good. All right, well, you know, just a quick exercise for hard ups and box cutter. Like I said, if you're interested in learning more about Blender, and if you're a beginner especially, I highly recommend you grab our free course for Blender that will teach you a great deal of stuff, you know, on Blender, on design, and all the basic tools, foundations of hard surface modeling. And like I said, the course is free, and the link is in the video description. Alright guys, well, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.